Dear students, my name is Abdrahmanova T.М. I'm a candidate of Philological Sciences and I'm a docent of the Department of Foreign Language to Foreign Languages in Translation. It's a verb tense which is used to show that an ongoing past action was happening at a specific moment of interruption, or that two ongoing actions were happening at the same time. So, past continuous forms. How to form past continuous? It's formed using was and were plus present participle. Questions are indicated by inverting the subject in was were. Negatives are made with not. Statement, for example, you were studying when she called. Questions. Were you studying when she called? In negative forms, you were not studying when she called. Okay, there are different kinds of uses of past continuous. The first one is interrupted action in the past. We use the past continuous to indicate that a lower action in the past was interrupted. The interruption is usually a shorter action in the simple past. Remember, this can be a real interruption or just an interruption in time. For example, I was watching TV when she called. When the phone rang, she was writing a letter. While we were having the picnic, it started to rain. What were you doing when the earthquake started? The second use is specific time as an interruption. So in use 1 described above, the past continuous is interrupted by a shorter action in the simple past. However, you can also use a specific time as an interruption. For example, last night at 6 p.m., I was eating dinner. At midnight, we were still driving through the desert. Yesterday at this time, I was sitting at my desk at work. Very important. In the simple past, a specific time is used to show when an action began or finished. In the past continuous, a specific time only interrupts the action. For example, last night at 6 p.m., I ate dinner. I started eating at 6 p.m. Or last night at 6 p.m., I was eating dinner. That means I started earlier, and at 6 p.m., I was in the process of eating dinner. The next use is parallel actions. When you use the past continuous with two actions in the same sentence, it expresses the idea that both actions were happening at the same time. The actions are parallel. For example, I was studying while he was making dinner. While Ellen was reading, Tim was watching television. We were listening while he was talking. The second use, atmosphere. In English, we often use a series of parallel actions to describe the atmosphere at a particular time in the past. For example, when I walked into the office, several people were busily typing. Some were talking on the phones, the boss was yelling directions, and the customers were waiting to be helped. One customer was yelling at the secretary and waving his hands. Others were complaining to each other about the bad service. The next use, repetition and irritation, with always. The past continuous with words such as always or constantly expresses the idea that something irritating or shocking often happened in the past. The concept is very similar to the expression used to but with negative emotion. Remember to put the words always or constantly between be and verb plus ing. Example, she was always coming to class late. He was constantly talking. He annoyed everyone. I didn't like them because they were always complaining. Past continuous tips. Remember, while or when. So clauses are groups of words which have meaning but are often not complete sentences. Some clauses begin with the word when, such as when she called, or when it with me. Other clauses begin with while, such as while she was sleeping and while he was surfing. When you talk about things in the past, when is most often followed by the verb tense simple past, whereas while is usually followed by past continuous. While expresses the idea of during that time. Study the examples below. They have similar meanings, but they emphasize different parts of the sentence. For example, I was studying when she called, or while I was studying, she called. Remember, non-continuous verbs or mixed verbs. It's important to remember that non-continuous verbs cannot be used in any continuous tenses. Also, certain non-continuous meanings for mixed verbs cannot be used in continuous tenses.